Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are just going to finalize all of the changes that are pending for our profile, search, and then also recent conversations page. And after that, we'll just fix up some small issues that our application has. And with that, we are going to get this module all wrapped up. So without anything further to do, let's get into it. So the first thing I would like to do is that inside of our recent conversation page, I would like to remove this blue circle because this serves no purpose and has no purpose of actually being there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to where we have this circle being rendered, which if we go to list trial trailing widgets is the second child inside of our column. So either we can remove it or we can do something else with it. And the other thing that we can do with it is that we can replace the to's text, and the top one can say last message and then when it was. So what we can do is that we can copy this text and then paste it here and then remove the container. With that, we can do command save to see the update. And then what we can do is that instead of here, we can just remove this and we can just have a static string here that says last message. And then Alt-Shift-F command save was 2 days ago. So with that, we have fixed this issue. The next issue that we're going to fix is that for now, every time our user logs into our application, we do not update the last seen time. So to fix that, what we're going to do is that we're going to go to our actual auth provider, and then we're going to, where we have these comments, actually input the logic for updating the user's last seen time. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create a new function inside of our database service. And this function is going to be responsible for actually updating the user's last seen time field. And that is all that this function is going to do. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the top, and after I create user in DB, I'll create a new function. I'll call this future void. And then what we can do is that we can call this function update user last seen time. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to pass in a user ID to our function. Then we are going to get the reference to our document. So that's going to be underscore db.collection. That is going to be underscore user collection. From there, we'll go to the document, which is going to be our user ID document. Once we have that, we're going to return, and we're going to return our reference. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to use the update data method. Inside of here, the update data method takes a map, and the map is going to have a last seen attribute, and then we'll set that last seen attribute to timestamp and then .now. With that, I'm going to do Alt-Shift-F, command save. With this, we'll hop on over back to our auth provider. We'll import our database service. So after these two import statements, I'll add // and then services and then database service, do command save. I'll come down to where we have our first comment, and here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do database service, then .instance, and then and we're going to do the actual method, which is update user last seen time. And then we are also going to await this function. And then here I'm going to send in the user.uid because we already set the user here, so we can be sure that the user is not null. I'm going to do command save. I'm just going to copy this line. I'm going to come down, and inside of our register user with email, I'll do the same thing where I'll replace this comment with this. I'll do Alt-Shift-F, command save. Finally, the last thing we have to do is that inside of our actual check current user is authenticated and then auto login function, what we'll do is that we'll also call this function here. And then I'll mark my function auto login as an async function. So async. And then inside of here, I'll actually await auto login inside of our check current user is authenticated. And then what I'm going to do is that for our actual navigate to replacement, I'll return this. And with that, I think everything should be good. So I'm going to do Alt-Shift-F, command save. So now what we can do is that we can open Firebase up, and I'll just go to Firebase quickly, and we'll see for our user Tom that now once we reload our application that the last seen time should be updated, because even if we are already authenticated, every time we open our app, the auto login logic is going to run. So I'm going to go to users, and then where we have Tom, and then keep a note of this timestamp. So now I'm just going to take Firebase off screen. I'm going to reload our application. bring Firebase back in, and as you saw, our timestamp was updated. To further confirm, we can just go to another user. So I'm going to log out. I'm going to log in as Hussein, and then add gmail.com, and then finally I'm going to do test123, click on login. We're going to log in, and as you saw, there was a yellow effect that happened on our Hussein Mustafa user ID, and yes, the timestamp was updated. So with that, we have also fixed up the timestamp issue. Finally, what we're going to do is that there's a small issue with our actual snack bar service provider where all of our services, all of our pages are not providing a context to our snack bar service. So if you go back to our snack bar service, you're going to see that to actually display our snack bar, we use scaffold.off and then the context. And it is the responsibility of every page that imports our snack bar service to actually provide it the context. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to go to our sign up page. So that is our registration page, sorry. And inside of our registration page, what we're going to do is that we're going to go to the main function that builds our UI. So if you keep on scrolling, it's going to be our registration page UI function. And inside of the builder function, we're going to use our snack bar service. So snack bar dot instance. So snack bar service dot instance and then dot build context, and we'll set it over to our context. Alt-F command save. I'm going to go to the top and I'll remove the auto edit import statement, and I'll import the snack bar service myself. So I'm going to do import and // services and then our snack bar service. Do Alt-F command save. With this, I'm going to reload our app. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to log out and I'm going to create a new user. But what I'm going to do is that I am going to click on OK. And I'm going to select an image for our user. So I'm going to select this image, let's just say, and I'll set the name as Scarface. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the email to scar.face@gmail.com. And then finally, what I'll do is for the password, I'll set it as test123. But to actually test that our snack bar service work, I'll set this email to an already existing email, which is Hussein with Mustafa. We'll click on register and we should see an error. And as you saw, it gave us an error saying error registering user. So now what we can do is that we can replace this. And now I'll do scar.face@gmail.com and click on register. And hopefully the user gets registered. And we are taken to our recent conversation space. Since the user isn't having any recent conversations, we do not see anything. But we still see people here inside of our search page, and we see the user's information inside of our actual page here. So the last thing I'm going to do is that we are going to go to our actual profile page. So close all of these files, go to our profile page. We're going to go to the actual widget that displays our user profile image, which is this. And for our, we'll do boxfit.cover, Alt-F command save. Hopefully this should fix the weird image aspect ratio. With this, we are now finally one step away from actually completing this video, and that is to show that we have no messages or start a conversation when we have nothing inside of our actual recent conversations. So for that, we can go to a recent conversation and we can go to where we show our actual we actually show our list view.builder. Okay, so what now I'm going to do is that I'm going to add an if statement within our actual function, and this if statement is going to do two things. So firstly, we'll see like if, and then we'll check to see if our data is not equal to null. If our data is not equal to null, then we'll return our list view.builder. So I'll copy this, I'll paste it inside of here, and I'll do return our list view.builder and do Alt-F. And then I'm going to add an else statement, and inside of our else statement, we are going to actually return our spin kid wandering cubes, so our loading indicator. And then I'm going to remove this line of code, which was actually responsible for returning the list view or the loading indicator. I'm going to do Alt-F and command save. I'm going to add a comma here and do Alt-F command save. So with this, what I'm going to do is that inside of our actual if block where we check to see if the data is not null, we are going to use a tertiary statement, and I'm going to do if data, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to check its length is not equal to 0. Then what we're going to do is that we are going to show our list view.builder. And if it is equals to 0, then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use show a text, which is no conversations as of now, or no conversations yet. And we're going to do Alt-Shift-F command save. And you're going to see that that text pops up. Now I'm going to actually copy this. I'm going to put this inside of an align widget. I'm going to give this align widget a tilde, which will be our text. I'm going to add a comma. I'll do Alt-Shift-F command save. And with that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a style to our text, and that is going to be text style. We'll have a color, and color is going to be colors.white, and then we'll do white 30. And then finally, the last thing we're going to do is that we're going to add a comma. We'll add a font size, and the font size is going to be 15.0. And with that, we have successfully implemented all of the functionality for our profile page, our actual recent conversation page, and then our actual search page. If we go to our actual recent conversations page, we get an error. And to fix that error, what we can do is that we have to actually return our loading indicator. And with that, we can do command save. We can go back to our profile page and come to a recent conversation page, and the error is now resolved. So I'm just going to reload our application. So with that, all of the issues with our application as of now have been fixed, and our users are now in the search bar displaying accurately, and the users that were last seen an hour ago are shown as active now. So with that, we have completed this module, and I'm going to see you guys in the next module, where finally we're going to piece together the last part of our application, which is working on our actual chat page and actually having the ability to chat with different users and send them pictures or messages. So without anything further to do, let's get into that module.